Hello, loves. It's Tuesday, and Tuesday, the crack of noon. This is the happy medium at Phoenix Rises, and we are working on the job hunt. On Tuesday, when it's noon and you're still like this, and you're still in front of the computer, and you still just, oh, I got my notes. I've got my notebooks. I've got my drinks and everything and my snacks at my desk, and I'm ready to go. You're not ready to go. You're not ready because you're not ready. Because you've been out of the loop, right? You just haven't got back in. Hold for 1 second. Now then, outfit change. We've washed face. We've pulled hair back. We've changed clothes so that if someone were actually to call and say, hey, the interview that you asked for, we're calling to see if you can come in, you could actually leave the house knowing it's okay if you go to that interview. Now, it's hard to convince yourself you're going to work when you're in lounge mode. Relaxing is the bipolar opposite of working. So if you're always in your pajamas, it's kind of like you're signaling to your body that you're already not going to work. Like, you're not going to find work dressed in your pajamas. The same as you're not going to find work sitting on your couch looking for work. Like, you need to be at the desk. You actually need to go to the desk so that you can have your paperwork in front of you. So, just like your resume is basically a placeholder for you, it's like this. Your resume is how they see you. And then your interview is how they feel you. And then your job is how they know you. So it's like, on paper, they kind of have an idea. They got a representation of you. And then they hear your voice and they kind of get a feel for you. But not until you're actually working do they see you in action. So you have to represent yourself in multiple different ways. And you do not want your first representation of yourself to look like you just don't give a damn. You just really don't care. Now, when you've been in the job funk, this is Monday, and Monday is the I'm not even getting dressed for it day. Tuesday. When you come back to it on Tuesday because you built your resume on Monday, whatever you need to fine tune and get answered and finish on Monday, if you didn't get it done yesterday on your resume, just go back at it today. You don't have to start on the next part. You need to finish the resume before you can even go to the next part. But the reason I did this video the way I did this video is because starting out in your pajamas and needing to get dressed is exactly what I'm talking about. You are the biggest tool for the job. Everything else is just a representation of you. It's like you're trying to sell yourself, but you're not selling yourself. You're selling your skills, right? In order to actually promote yourself, to actually highlight your skills, you have to get yourself together first. You need to be good first. Like I said, I'm at the crack of noon. I'm tired. I don't want to do it. I don't feel good. I'm definitely up against a couple obstacles. But it doesn't matter. All week long, it was an obstacle course. What does matter is that you get yourself in the mindset, and one of the best ways to get yourself in the mindset is get your ass up, wash your face. I didn't brush my hair. I didn't do that. I just got that out of my face. But I did wash my face, brush my teeth, put on my daily clothes, my clean clothes. Like, you can't just be dragging ass and expect to get it moving forward. It's just, it ain't. But in the morning, instead of trying to run to the light like I'm off to the flame to see if you got a job yet, you might, you haven't, you're not there yet. So give yourself some time to wake up, get your head cleared. The things that are going to distract you, the things that already distract you from doing this, are still going to distract you. So you have to get in the mindset, I'm going to move beyond these distractions. So things that distract you are computer screens, checking your emails, checking your videos, checking your whatever, your phone calls, your text messages, all those things like that. Do that first before you try to. The thing is once you open your phone and you start the endless scroll, you mean to do better, but you don't do it because you accidentally get caught up in the scroll, right? You're just looking at everything but your work shit because you don't want to do it. I had a straw in here, I don't know where it is. Anyway, for Tuesday, Monday is make a plan, Tuesday is stick to that plan, right? So before you get to going back into your Wild Wild West, looking for the jobs, get yourself some coffee, get yourself dressed, get your face washed. If you're messing around on your computer or whatever, scroll around, but don't go directly to the job board thing because you need to be serious when you get there. So, This is the cheat sheets. Once your resume and your cheat sheet, your little small one is made, which if you go back to Monday's video, you'll see what I'm talking about when I say cheat sheet. Okay. Yeah, create your morning routine. That's the thing. Like, everything is a routine. I'm sorry, the light matches the ink on the damn page. So there's that. Okay, the point is this is all a routine. And you got to get in the habit of making it a habit. You got to act like you got a job until you got a job. So get in the habit of acting like you got a job. You do. Finding one is your job. So, whether someone's breathing down your neck or not, if you've got somewhere to be, which you do, is on your way to looking for one, then don't dally too long. Don't get distracted for too long. Make sure that at some point you're like, actually, I'm going to have to carve out some time for this, because if you let it, people distract you all day forever. You'll be busy forever, and it will yield nothing. So you need to create your resume for your online job boards. And then you need a little miniature cheat sheet to carry around with you so that when you do in-person applications and things like that, internal applications, you have continuity. Everything looks exactly the same. You don't want two different versions of a resume. The one online and the one you walked in with. That's not good. Gaps in your work history. You want to close them up. You want to find a way. Things like if you have no work history, like I said, that's not even a problem. It doesn't even really disqualify you. You can have such a bad work history that you purposely put no work history. I've done it. I've had lots of jobs. Your girl's had over 50 jobs. Roll through my feed and look at every single... I have like a different uniform every month almost. It's ridiculous. I'm good at it, but I'm tired of running into fires. I do not want to be an EMT. I do not want to be a drug court sponsor. I don't want to be the person holding your artery together anymore while we rush you back to life. I just don't. It's too much. And if you have those really high pressure jobs and you finally left that and it's like, you're literally like adrenal fatigue because you're used to having that high intensity job, and then suddenly that job ends, or you move, or you transfer or something. Y'all the real ones, to the EMTs and the police officers, to the ones who work 24-hour shifts, I salute you. I've been there with you, babes. Alright, but an important part of getting back up on that horse is making a routine out of it. And pretty much every day the routine is going to start with you getting up and focusing on you. This is about you. This is about getting your shit together. It doesn't matter who else is around, who could help you, who helps you pay bills, who you'll be working with, who you borrow a car from. All this is on you. At the end of the day, your name's on the paycheck. So you need to get your tool. You're the tools for the job. Keep your tools taken care of. Like, if you've ever worked with saws and things like that, you know, you have to put oil on the blade every now and then just to keep it moistened so that it doesn't break, get fragile, or shoot sparks out. Moisturize so you don't break, get fragile, or shoot sparks out. However, once you've got your resume and you need to go into your jobs board, you got your copy sheet, you have a new job, which is finding the appropriate job for your lifestyle. Now, me, like I said, I just not woke up at noon and my kids are at school. For my lifestyle, I have to have a morning shift job or a third shift job. I can either work while they're at school or I can work while they're asleep. But I do not want to work second shift because that's the specific time I wouldn't see them. So that's the kind of thing I mean by your specific lifestyle. And some other things. If you're a weed smoker, y'all, there's some jobs you're just straight up not going to get because you smoke weed. However, there are alternatives to those drug tests. You're going to have to do your own research. I'm not going to put anything out here. There's things like UPass and SureGel and other all types of shit. Basically, get with the street community. They can help you there. And I don't mean like buy some pee off somebody. I mean all of them who have to go do urine analysis constantly will tell you what to do, how to do it. Or straight up, stop smoking. Stop smoking, guys. If you literally are having to forego your livelihood because you want to stay and smoke to not think about the fact that you're miserable, put the fucking weed down, okay? It's okay. You can come back to it later. Most people have a medical card. You might not have a medical card. That might not be a choice in your state. My point is, there's a lot of people doing a lot of recreational crap, alright? And you'd be shook it to find out that in the medical field specifically, nurses tend to be high off their ass on pills and doctors tend to be drunk. Not all the time, but yes, they fucking are. Yes, they are abusing their prescriptions. And yeah, Doc's steady in his hand, okay? Don't let your secret sauce be your boss. You're the boss. You gotta overcome that. You gotta maintain and function. You go and do your job, and no one will ever fucking know. So, between us chickens here, if there's some shit up your sleeve where you're like, I can't work because of this, can't work because of that, oh, whatever. Yeah, you can. You can. Maybe you've not put it on Front Street that you got a issue and you're like, it's. I worked at this job one time where I was only the janitor, and it was a damn call center. And they all worked in cubicles. They all had to stay in their cubicles. Some of them could see each other, some of them couldn't. But the thing is, there was this one section of bathrooms that every single day when I would clean these bathrooms, there'd be these little miniature bottles of hooch thrown off in the ladies' tampon bin, and I'm like, this bitch been drinking every day. Legitimately, she was. She was such an alcoholic. She was taking it to work with her, and you know what? She never got fired. That's the weird thing. No one could guess by the bottle in the bathroom who the drunk at the desk was. So, although these are super counterintuitive things I'm telling you, in real work world, grown-ups go to work. Everything else is an excuse. Everything else is an excuse. I don't care how high you are, how sick you are, how fucking insane you are. There's a job for you and they'll let you do it. They'll turn their head while you do it. I live in a town where we are like riddled with meth addicts. You know what? The convenience stores utilize that trait alone. They don't even hire extra people. They let the tweakers who are always roaming around the store make a little pack of cigarettes, a little 6-pack for cleaning up the driveway, for taking out the big dumpster bins, for basically being security. Now, if a homeless, shoeless tweaker can find a job picking up trash at a convenience store, you're quite a few steps ahead of that, right? It's the saying that you can't is the reason that you're not. That's all I'm getting to. So you gotta have a routine. You have to complete the same steps over and over and over again. It doesn't mean get up and have the same flavor of drink at the same time of day in the same spot of the house. What I'm saying is if you got up at 6 o'clock yesterday, but you got up at 11 o'clock today, I need you to do the routine. I need you to go ahead and still wash your face. I need you to still go ahead and brush your teeth. I need you to ignore the fact that you're about 6 hours late, 5 hours late, and go ahead and get started anyways. That's the better late than never part. They don't mean if there's an event and you're supposed to be here, you wait till the whole thing's over and then you show up, it's alright. No. It means if there's something you've been procrastinating on but it's not going to be done until you do it, then better late than never. Better get started. This whole series that I was supposed to do, I said I was going to start it Monday. And Monday was going to be Monday. Tuesday was going to be Tuesday. Lo and behold, here it is Friday and I got to do a whole series. I got Monday done last night, but now we're on Tuesday, right? You gotta stick to the routine. You still have to do it. So, I'm not just telling you to do it. You're gonna watch me do it as I tell you how to do it. It sucks. You need motivation. They're not like a real cheerleader being like, you can do it, Cal. No. You gotta be your own cheerleader. So, like I said, you're looking for a job that fits your lifestyle. Don't try to go so far against the grain that your ass has sleep problems. You have insomnia. You're up till 3 or 4 in the morning, but then you decided you felt guilty and you got up at 5 a.m. to start looking for that job, and you got really tired and you crashed out by 11, and that was all she wrote for the rest of the day. Because you're trying to go against your grain. If you're a super duper night owl, and you don't function great in the daytime, brain fog, just, you're on auto, you're on mechanic. This is how a doll does it. That's very normal. It's very normal. There's a lot of noise in the daytime. So for the night owls, you actually are afforded a couple of different benefits. I'm talking about the true late nighters, midnight and later. Find your ass not going to sleep till 4 in the morning. One, you should work third shift. Third shift almost always has full time because nobody wants to do it. And by the time the sun comes up, you're going to bed. Or you can go home and fuck off if you want to for a few hours, then go to bed, and still have 16 hours of your day that is not being at work. And then you go to work at night when everyone else goes to sleep. I've been a third shifter. I enjoy it. Even with kids that I'm with in the daytime, when they go to school, I sleep. When they come home, I'm with them. And then when they go to bed, I go to work. It's not that bad. If you have a first shift spouse and you're a third shift spouse, that weirdly works out too. Your kids are at school, your spouse is at work, and you're asleep. And then they all get home. Hey, they're home from work, kids are home from school. Everybody sees each other, has dinner, blah, blah, blah. They get put to bed, and you're the one that goes to work, right? It's possible. Just, you have to find the offset to it. And that's why yesterday's video was about figuring out your situation versus your obstacles. What are you currently in versus what's your limitations? Such as not having a car, or such as having 2 kids, or 2 kids that go to different schools, or one that's not in school yet and one that is. Some of those guys, you'll just have to literally use your Google tools and look up jobs for single moms. Drop like suggestions. It don't mean take that job. It's look for the suggestion that's going to fit that is what I'm talking about. Pick out your special features and then look up jobs for that accommodate that, right? Okay. Get the rest that you need. Yeah, your girl slept good today. I did. I'm not gonna lie. I got up, got the kids to school. No, I got up, got some people dressed. We barely made it to school. We were a little bit late. But then I came back home and I rested my happy ass off all the way until I turned this video on and was like, hey, you guys. And you know why? You know why I slept so late? Because if you watch the video from last night for Monday, that one was recorded at 3 o'clock in the morning last night. So I literally went to sleep at 3, 4 in the morning, got back up at 7, get them kids out of here. I guess I was a bit late, but I still made it on time. And then I had to come back and lay down. Because I have a lot on my plate and a lot of people with me, interacting with me at all times, by day and by night. If you watch some of my other videos, it's a fucking revolving door. It gets old. But again, you're in charge of you, so it doesn't matter if it's a little tiny clown car letting out through the house every day. You, the tiniest clown, got to make sure your horn's on. So, get yourself ready. You get your routine. You make a habit out of it. Tomorrow, so at the end of today, at the end of the steps for today, you'll have a call list for tomorrow. So, Monday, you're online. Tuesday, you're online again. Longer, more. Tuesday's the day that kind of sucks, because here's the deal. Once you got your resume made, you're going to have to apply it. And that's why these other notes are on here. So before you get to just glued to the screen, just for hours until your eyes and your neck are burning, listen, it's very easy to get demotivated like that. You can't hang in, you can't sustain that. You won't stick to it. So you need to get ample rest. Screen makes your eyes hurt, makes your brain hurt. Worrying about stuff you don't have covered yet makes your head hurt. But that white-knuckled ride, that anxiety of when and how and when, it just doesn't make it happen faster and it doesn't make you feel better. You can't stay so freaked out that you don't actually rest. You get some dark, crazy circles under your eyes and make it look like you've been raccoon trapping. That makes it seem like something is happening to you if you do get called in by an employer or even a little Zoom call or something. So get your rest. Get your rest so you can stay coherent, so that you can even have the stamina to get up and do this again, right? And that's a healthy part of your routine, because when you have your job, you're going to be exhausted. And if you already haven't been practicing sleeping, you're going to have even less sleep if you do get hired. So catch up on your rest while you have the chance to. While you're not being held to a certain schedule, get you some rest. Okay? And then you need your rest for staying focused. Worrying leads to sleep. That's right. Get the rest you need for focus. Staying up, worrying leads to sleeping on opportunities. That's my point. When you stay up late at night, worry about what the fuck you don't have, you accidentally sleep through the opportunity the next day when they call you. It happens all the time. Wash your face. Brush your teeth. That's to refresh your energy. Just like you need to refresh the page where you've been looking for jobs, you need to refresh your own energy. Because it's draining. It is draining. You can't start out defeated and half-hearted. And that's the issue. Like, you need to get ready. Stay ready. Because you're going to be going soon. But if you're lounging and you're slumming and glooming, and yeah, that exact attitude of I'm not going anywhere will keep you right where you're at. I'm not going anywhere. So, Tuesday's plan is stick to the plan. You already made the plan Monday. Now you just need to stick it out. Okay, get yourself dressed. Get dressed. Like somebody might call you in today. And practicing your self-care. If you don't give a shit about you, nobody else is going to either. And by not taking care of yourself, you're absolutely neglecting your own duties. You do have duties to yourself already. You already have plenty of jobs. You just want one to get paid for. You need to eat. Have your coffee. I'm going to go eat after this because I did mine out of order, but that's because by the time this is done, it'll be my real life lunch time. And then getting the kids' time and moving on. But I will still have to do Wednesday's video after this one, after I tell you how to do this one. And then I go get my kiddos, and I come back, and I get them settled and situated. At some point later on today, there's a very high likelihood that Wednesday will be following this one. So if you get backlogged and you're still having to catch up on your work, all you can do is start back where you were and work your way forward. Don't get overwhelmed by the size of the project. Let's see. That's right. Eat, have your coffee, smoke a little, whatever. Like I said, if y'all weed heads is weeding, go and get your smoke in you because you're gonna be panicking. You're gonna freak yourself out. You're gonna be up here stressed out. Like I don't care. I don't want to do this. Well, then smoke your little weed, drink your coffee, smoke a cigarette, stretch, dude. The point is a stretch. That's on here. Stretching. You need to get it worked out. You need to. You know you're about to be stuck in this wooden chair with your neck craned and you're literally going around. Yeah, you're gonna do something before that. You're gonna shake it out. 1 second. Good, it's out. Alright, you're gonna do some hand rolls. You're just gonna be clicking and scrolling and, like I said, on the neck, and you're gonna be leaned down and it's gonna hurt. So, get them shoulders ready. Get that neck ready. There you go. Alright, right? You're alright? You're alright. Now then, you're going to really be here for a minute. This is the very time-consuming part, and the part that we all avoid on purpose. Because the resume took long enough, but that's just your information being put in an orderly fashion. Like I said yesterday, when you do a resume, either no more than 3 years job history or no more than 5 jobs total. Like if you've worked 3 different jobs over a 20-year period, that's fine. Put all 3 jobs down. If you have had 10 jobs in a 1-year period, you only need to put the last 3 down. That's what I'm talking about. No less than 3, no more than 5, okay? Because that's overwhelming. But you need, it's kind of like creative writing. You at least need a body of work, right? You need a heading, you need a middle chunk, you need an ending. That's a resume. After you've stretched, you got your drink on, you got your smoke on, you got your coffee, and you're loose, you're ready, okay? Your energy's flowing, right? You're circulating. You need to get circulating before you get into circulation. You have to create the movement yourself. You are the movement. Be that. When you just sit and coagulate, energy gets stagnant, things run out. That's exactly what happens to your jobs. They just kind of dry up because it's stale, it's stagnant. It's at a stalemate, literally a standstill. Get your stretches in. Once after our stretching, brush your teeth, get your stretches, shake it off, get your morning scroll out. Okay, this is what I mean by doing your thing. Say you get up and you decide to have your coffee, and you decide to have your little smoke, and you're scrolling. Now, this is important. This is real important. If you end up on the morning scroll on accident, limit yourself to 30 minutes, and I'm talking about put a timer on your phone that will interrupt you at that 30 minutes. Because 5 minutes on phone time is 30 minutes in real life. And even though you mean well, it's very easy to try to go towards your Indeed and accidentally hit your YouTube and then stay there. We all done it. Let's just be for real. Don't lie. So, after you got right with you, because that's what's up. You can't go to a job that doesn't match you, because I'm going to tell you right now, say you're a smoker and you can't take any smoke breaks at this job, you're going to become a fruity asshole. You're going to be mean with people. You're going to be overwhelmed with your customer service to the point that you almost cuss your boss out. Pitfalls. Pitfalls, especially if your boss is a non-smoker and so they don't get it at all. It's a nightmare. But you trying to change everything you are to get a job ain't never gonna work, because at some point or another you're gonna choose you are gonna defy you, and then you're gonna leave that job. So it's best not to go where you don't even want to be. Do not apply to shit that you would absolutely hate for them to call you back on, because sometimes you get desperate and you start quick applying and you apply to shit you never wanted. I'll be damned if that ain't the one job that calls you back, and you're doing that over the phone, questioning, they set you up for the interview, and you've been so ready to find a job, you're like, yeah, that's gonna be awesome. And you go do the interview, and you're like, fuck, this is the one I didn't want. Shit. And there's like no backing out of it. You didn't get any other offers, and next thing you know, you accidentally already agreed at that interview to freaking work at this place. Don't apply to shit that does not match you. Be your actual self. Look for things that fit your lifestyle, not try to bump you out of it, unless that's specifically what you're looking for, is you want to change in skill or something. So, after you've gotten yourself together, your last act before you get in front of that computer, everything that was going to distract you has got to go now. All of it, all of this, all the playtime, all the extra. See, I've spent 30 minutes on here fucking around, and that's what I'm talking about. And I haven't written a single thing down, I haven't checked a single email, I haven't made one phone call, I haven't done shit. I barely got dressed. So, after that, I'm going to be forced to face the music, and that was the point of stretching. And refilling my drink, and getting my phone close to me. Because after I'm actually here, when you stretch it out and you get your kinks out, you get your blood flowing, you shake it off, get your drink refilled, grab the phone, the computer, the notebook, your pens, and sit at a table, like I said, not on your couch, because we all know you're about to slump into the couch if you do that. So, and then prepare to be there for at least an hour at a time. And that's what I meant by once you're in front of this computer for this resume shit, you're there. You're really there. Once you clock in, you're clocked in, dude. You're at work then. So, following Monday's process of quick applying with your application, with your resume, follow that process. Go back on Indeed. Use the notebook to keep track of the phone numbers. Now, this is why we're on Indeed. So, all the jobs you applied to yesterday and all the jobs you're going to apply to today, you want about, let's see, I had some good tips on here. Then use your Google search. That's where the search came in. Use your Google search for specific job openings in your city. Like yesterday, you used Indeed. Today, go to Google, look for job openings in Tampa, Florida. Job openings in Oklahoma City. Job openings in Topeka, Kansas. And then it'll give you something more specific where those jobs are using overall and they're not paying to be pushed, and the other ones are just throwing their shit in Indeed because they're paying to be pushed. The way that the internet wheel works is kind of working against all of us. I could tell you how to work around it. You just gotta know what you're looking at. So, when you use your Google search and you search for the job openings in your city, those will more often than not take you to direct company sites. And you want to spend some time on these direct company sites. On Indeed, where you can quick apply, last job, quick apply. Okay, we want to do it fast. Okay, let me tell you something. Follow through whenever you do, especially, well, any. But choose direct company websites and then go to career tabs. Like, say you want to work for Walmart. Go right to Walmart's page, scroll down to careers, and then go straight through there. That's called an internal link. You're not an external applicant, you're an internal applicant because you're applying from the Walmart website to Walmart, not Indeed to Walmart, right? You see what I'm saying? External is Indeed, internal will be the Walmart one. So, follow through the entire application. I'm going to be honest with you. On-site applications are a lot longer than quick applies. And when you follow through that entire application process, including creating your logins and your registrations, it sucks, I know, because you always got new login, new user ID, new registration. Use your multiple job boards, but maximum of three. Like Indeed, LinkedIn, Glassdoor, ZipRecruiter, stuff like that. Don't overcomplicate yourself. You get too far spread out. If you use staffing company websites like Direct Staffing or Onin, I don't know what the hell their names are, but you know what I'm talking about. When you use those websites, these all cast broad nets and the employer does respond quickly. But you will have to go into that place and actually fill out an application again. Using company sites and career tabs for internal applications always tend to take longer to apply, but often pay better. That's true. Damn near, almost without fail, the more complicated the application was, the higher paying the job was. That's just a fact. The more complicated the hiring process is, the higher paying the job, the more complicated the hiring process. Like stuff for hospitals, it's damn near a 2-week orientation. You get TB shots, you get background checks, you get all types of shit. You even got to sign indemnity clauses. Yes, okay. So, they often pay better, offer more benefits, and hire directly, usually with paid orientation. I forgot that part too. And then, is this still Tuesday or no? Is it Tuesday or no? Alright, guys. These are just our last little tidbits. Okay, here's the tidbits. Because what you're trying to do now that you've made a resume yesterday and you're doing the applications today, you need another extra piece of paper. The first cheat sheet is your resume. The second cheat sheet is the places you applied to. And this is why you need that cheat sheet, because you're making a call list. It's fixing to go down. You're making a call list. So everywhere that you applied to with your quick applies and you went to the company site, you did all those, you need to make a call list of about 10 to 15 places. A maximum of 20. Do not go beyond that. It's just absurd. But you need your call list of 15 to 20 contacts is considered a sufficient call list. So, by 12 noon, your chances of reaching a hiring manager are about 30%. They're always on lunch. But if you have, by then, you have 2 hours to catch them on their way out, when the chances of forgetting you called go up 80%. So, for the best chances of getting an interview, call between 8:30 and 11:30 a.m. from Tuesday to Thursday. Monday, they're not ready. And Friday, they don't care. They aren't there on the weekends. So, now that you have put in some serious effort into searching for and applying to the most desirable jobs and their contact information, you have a map for Wednesday. That makes it the end of Tuesday. Now, what would best serve you on your call list if you can? Usually, the higher pay, the harder the application. Like I said, the orientation process, more in-depth reviews, required references, and background checks. That's for real. Make use of your online job boards by physically writing down the name of each business you applied to each day. Using multiple job boards require multiple logins and new user registrations, user IDs, and passwords. Put those usernames and passwords on your resume cheat sheet and the separate list of businesses you've applied to. Note, doing 20 quick applies will not get you a response. More is just more. 10 real applications is more than enough per 5-day work week. Regardless, apply one or all methods to search for employment that will accommodate your needs. Don't forget you have your own criteria that must be met before wasting time applying. It's not just hit everything that's open. You have criteria. The jobs that you're applying to need to meet that specific criteria. So it takes a little bit longer to find this shit than just click, 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 click. Don't do that. Create a significant list of your potential. This is part of maximizing your efforts. Create a significant list of potential employers you applied to and want to work at the most. Put them near the top. Put the ones you want least on bottom. Now then, after you've made your call list in an orderly fashion, that's done. We're done with Tuesday. Just make sure you write down the jobs you applied to and their phone number. And if you want to go the extra step, there's only one reason I do the extra step. You put the location next to it. When you do the address, you'll say like Jaegers, Tampa, Florida, Hostess, phone number. The reason you put all that on that call list is because say tomorrow you're going down the call list and you're on the phone, you're calling to call for your interview, and when you're calling, you forgot what the position is. Yeah, I know I applied to Jaegers, but I don't remember what it was. Oh yeah, host. I was calling about the position of host at Jaegers on blah, blah, blah. Okay, and then cut to later on, say that they said yes and another place said yes, but one's in Orlando and one's in Tampa, and Tampa's closer to you. Well, even though they both said yes, you're probably going to be inclined to take the one in Tampa. So write down the address. None of this is wasted, guys. It's all for a reason. However, I'm done with Tuesday. Kids got to be collected. We're done, friends. I hope this helps somebody. Tuesday is all about getting your shit together. Get your head together. Get your head in the game. You're linked into this now. You're locked into it. You're not going to quit because Mondays make the plan. Tuesday is stick to the plan. Wednesday is always deliver. So by tomorrow, you have to actually produce something to be used, and you're going to be asking for interviews. So be prepared. Don't get scared. I know a lot of people don't like talking on the phone. I know a lot of people really have a hard time speaking what they need, but I'm going to show you how to do that too. Until Wednesday, till next, friends, I love you. You can do this. It's going to work out. You got it.